All right, so we're going to start to look at systems of equations today. So a system, just like it shows you up here, is two equations right here that are combined together to make a system. So you can see they're both linear equations, and we're going to learn the last several lessons are going to be all about these systems. Okay. So looking at number one, it says tell whether an ordered pair is a solution to the system. So a system obviously has two equations, each with x's and y's. So if you were to think about these graphically, So if I had a graph like this, and I graphed my first equation, and I graphed my second equation, the only ordered pair that makes both of those equations true is right here where they meet. Okay? Because think, all of the ordered pairs on this red line are solutions to whatever equation is fitted to this red line. All of the ordered pairs on this blue line are solutions to the blue equation fitted with this one. Okay, so the only ordered pair that would make both of them true is the ordered pair where they crisscross. Okay, so that's just kind of the basis of what we're looking for when we are talking about a solution to a system. Okay, so we can tell if we're just given the ordered pair and the equations if it is a solution. Okay, so how we're going to do that is we're just going to plug the x and y values in. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this equation and plug the x and y values in. So the x from the ordered pair that they just gave me is 2. So I'm going to substitute 2 in for x plus, that's not a very good plus sign, there we go. The y value that they just gave us from the ordered pair is 5 equals 7. Okay, and 2 plus 5, so I just took this equation, plugged 2 in for x, 5 in for y, and it is true. 2 plus 5 does equal 7, so that one's good. Then I have to do the second one. Okay, so the second one is 2 which we just figured out the x value is 2 minus 3 times y, which y from the ordered pair is 5, equals negative 11. So I just copied down that equation with those values there. So now we are going to figure out, is it true? So now 2 times 2 is 4. Negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. And I bring down my negative 11. So now I have to see, is this true? So 4 minus 15 is negative 11. So I have negative 11 equals negative 11. So that's true. So since this one was true and this one is true, we would say yes, this is a solution. Okay. So if I were to graph these equations, that ordered pair 2, 5 is where they would cross. Okay. All right, let's try number 2. So my ordered pair I'm working with now is negative 2, 0. So let's plug stuff in. So my y value for my ordered pair is 0 equals negative 2 times the x value for my ordered pair is negative 2, and then minus 4. Okay. So bring down your 0 equals negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4, minus 4. And 4 minus 4 is 0. So that one checks out. So there's one check mark. Okay. Now let's try this one. Okay. So my y value is 0 for my ordered pair. My x value is negative 2 for my ordered pair plus 4. Okay. So now negative 2 plus 4 is 2. So this is 0 equals 2. Obviously 0 does not equal 2. So I would have to have 2 check marks, right? So I have 1 check mark here. I have a not equals there. So because of this not equals, I'm going to say no, not a solution. Okay? So in order for it to be a solution, we have to have 2 check marks like we did on number 1. If you have just 1 check mark or no check marks on either one, then it's not a solution. Okay. All right, so go ahead, pause the video, do 3 and 4, and then you can play when you're ready for me. right, let's look at number 3. Okay. So plugging into my first ordered pair, 2 times my x value for my ordered pair is 1, plus y, the y value for my ordered pair is -2, equals 0. Okay, so 2 times 1 is 2, plus -2, bring down your equals 0. 2 plus -2 is 0, so I get 0 equals 0. That's a check, so I got 1 check mark. Okay, let's go ahead and do the second one. So I bring down my negative sign that's in front of x, and then my x value for my ordered pair is 1, plus 2 times the y value for my ordered pair is -2, equals 5. Let's see if that's true. So up here, negative times 1 is just -1. 2 times -2 is -5, or excuse me, -4, equals 5. So -1 and -4 combine together to make -5. And then I ask myself, does -5 equal 5? And that is obviously a no. Okay, so this would not be a solution. Okay, because again, we don't have 2 check marks. All right, let's go ahead and look at 4. All right, so first one here, y value for my ordered pair is 4, equals 3 times the x value for my ordered pair is 1, plus 1. So 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 more is 4, so 4 equals 4. That checks out. Okay, let's try the second one. Y value from the ordered pair is 4, equals negative x value from the ordered pair is 1, plus 5. So -1 plus 5 is 4, equals 4. So that's another check mark. So it's a yes, that is the solution. Okay? So that's how to check if an ordered pair is the solution. Okay, so now let's take a look at graphing. Okay? So if you remember from a couple lessons ago, graphing from slope-intercept form, we're just going to do it twice. So I'm going to do the top one in red, and I'll do the bottom one in blue. Okay? So for the top one, remember y equals mx plus b. So my m is the number next to x, and that's -2. Remember, I like my slope to be a fraction, so I'm going to make it -2 over 1. My b, the number back there all by itself, is +5. So remember, b is where you begin. So I'm going to start at 5 on my y-axis. That's my y-intercept. And then m is where you move. So top is rise, bottom is run. So rise down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1. And it is actually pretty important on these problems to put as many points on the graph as you can. You'll see why in a second. Okay, so there's my first line. Okay. Remember, you can always double check your slope. Remember, read it like a book, so going from left to right. If your line is going down, that's a negative slope. If your line is going up, that's a positive slope. So let's try the second one. Okay. So for m, the number next to x is 4, so I'm going to make that 4 over 1. The number back there all by itself, the b, is -1. So my y-intercept is -1, down 1 on the y-axis. Slope is +4, so that's up 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. Up 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. And I can see the intersection point, because remember, as I told you earlier, the answer to that, or the answer to the system, is the ordered pair where they crisscross, and that's right here. So now I just need the coordinates. So my answer here would be over 1, up 3. So 1, 3 would be my answer. All right, let's look at the second one. Okay. All right, so first line, my m is 1/2. My b is 3. Okay, so b is 3. That's where I begin on the y-axis. M is 1/2, so that's up 1 over 2. Up 1 over 2. Up 1 over 2. Up 1 over 2. Down 1 left 2.
Awesome.
So there's my first line. Okay. And then my second line, And you don't have to change colors, I just like to in the beginning. My M, do M first, my M is -3/2. And my B, the number by itself, is -5. So -5 is my y-intercept right here on the y-axis. M is where I move, so I'm actually going to go down 1, 2, 3, and over 2. So I'm going away from the other line, so let's go the opposite direction. So let's go up 1, 2, 3, and over 2. Up 1, 2, 3, and over 2. And it looks like they cross right there. So that ordered pair looks like left 1, 2, 3, 4, so -4, comma, up 1. And guys, generally speaking, it's not always the case, but generally speaking, if you have one of these and they don't cross at a good crisscross, double check your work. It doesn't necessarily mean it's wrong, but it doesn't happen very often. So just double check your work if you ever run into that, okay? All right, let's see. Oh, okay, so that's it. So go ahead to the second page, pause the video. Let's just do 7 and 8. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video, try 7 and 8, and then pick up the video when you're ready for me. Okay, so number 7, first line has a slope of 1/1, right? There's an imaginary 1 sitting in front of an x. The B, the y-intercept, is just -2. Okay. And then for my second line, let's get the first line done first. Okay, so y-intercept is -2. Slope is up 1/1. Ooh, that's a lot of points. Let's just say that's good. We can always extend it out later if we need it more. Okay, so there we go. And then my second line, my M, imaginary number in front of x is -1/1 this time. And the B, the number back there by itself, is 4. Okay, so 4 is my y-intercept. And then I'm going to go down 1/1 since this is a negative slope. And it looks like they're going to crisscross right there at that ordered pair. So on the second line, as soon as you see them crossing, you don't really need to put more points. So the ordered pair there is over 1, 2, 3, up 1. So one thing I do want to caution you, this gets a little tricky, okay, because here, these are slopes. They're up and then over. It's rise and then run. When I'm looking at the ordered pair, it's over first for my x value, then up or down for my y value, so just be careful. Okay, and finally number 8. My M is -2, and I can do the other over 1 if I need to. The B is 5, so y-intercept is 5. And then my slope is down to over 1. Down to over 1. And there's that. There's my first line. Okay, my second line, I have a slope of 3/2 and a B or y-intercept of -2. So y-intercept is -2, slope is up 1, 2, 3/2, 1, 2, 3/2. It looks like it's going to crisscross right there. So that ordered pair right there is 2, 1. All right, so that's the lesson.